this phrase that Mark Lamont Hill used in this speech, I mean, my jaw dropped when I heard this. From the river to the sea, that phrase is very well known among Palestinian activists. That would be Palestinian Authority operatives and Hamas, as a catchy slogan for Israel being decimated. That is their slogan to say that they don't think Israel has a right to exist. A now former CNN commentator used that. Shocks me.
Well, there's so much to unpack here, Liz. First of all, it's not just well known among Hamas operatives and terrorists. I mean, every Jewish school child who goes to a Jewish school knows this is an exterminationist slogan. This is a slogan that says we need to wipe out the sole Jewish state. We need to replace it with a Judenrein, a Jew-free Palestinian state, because that's what they're saying. Mahmoud Abbas says that any state of Palestine will have no Jews living there. So they're insisting on this. And Mark Lamont Hill, who claims to be a liberal, who claims to stand against colonialism, this is what he's endorsing. And what's shocking about it, good, I'm glad CNN got rid of him. He claims he didn't know that's what it meant. So either he's no expert and he's no scholar and he has no place commenting on things he knows nothing about, or he knows exactly what he meant, which is more likely, and he got caught saying it. But what's fascinating is, where did he say it, Liz? He said it at the UN, in a room with dozens or maybe hundreds of people who applauded him for it. But this is globally the case now. Global anti-Semitism emanating from the left is the danger to the Jewish people.
Right, and I don't buy into the hypothesis that he didn't know what he was saying. I don't buy it, because what he said after he used that particular phrase, he said we must offer the Palestinian people the same range of opportunity to stand up to themselves. He was advocating and justifying Palestinian violence and terrorism against Israelis and Jews. That is not a misunderstanding of a particular phrase. That is advocating for a policy platform that calls for the extermination of the Jewish state. There's no misunderstanding that.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, he even says, enough with Gandhi, enough with Martin Luther King. And by the way, famously Martin Luther King said that people who say they're anti-Zionist, it just means they're anti-Semitic. I mean, it's very clearly understood. If you think the only indigenous people in the world that don't deserve to have a state in their indigenous homeland is the Jewish people, then obviously you've got a problem with Jews, not something else. You can only find this country to focus on, just like the UN. Right? It's the source of all evil, and this is exactly what anti-Semitic tropes are. And Mark Lamont Hill has been trafficking in overt anti-Semitism for years and years. Thank God he finally got busted for it.
Right.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.